Hey, y'all. We're going to get us a reading for the sign of Capricorn. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button. So I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to get into it with the main energy for the sign of Capricorn. Somebody is thinking about the things that they are investing in when it comes to long-term sustainability. You got the Hierophant energy. So, you know, the Hierophant is like a spiritual authority figure. You got the Magician coming out after that. So I'm going to definitely roll with it. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. That was the Nine of Cups, but it ain't come out. It just, yeah. Seven of Cups, though. So you got somebody dibbling and dabbling around in the art. So I'm not even going to lie to you what you got going on with this Hierophant, this Magician. This might be a masculine energy, like a warlock type energy or something like that. You got the Star card, which speaks of faith, hope. How did I just, pick that up? Faith, hope, like purpose, different things like that, healing. But you got the Ten of Wands, which speaks of burdens. You know what I mean? Four Wands at the bottom of the deck. See, so this is kind of confusing. It almost gives me the feel like somebody is using their spiritual knowledge or spiritual authority in order to try to manipulate someone or something like that, or manipulate a certain situation with this Magician energy, because you know this speaks of taking action, willpower, and different things like that, like a person using what they have access to in order to manifest whatever it is that they want. And with this Seven of Cups following after that, the Seven of Cups could speak of opportunities and different things like that, but I'm not exactly sure, like I said, with the way that came out. And with this Star card, that speaks of, again, healing, somebody pouring into their self, into their spirituality. I feel like it gives like a sense of trying to find purpose or something like that. And with this Ten of Wands, somebody is feeling burdened or something. But with this Four of Wands on the bottom, like it's a little confusing. Who is this Hierophant energy? So this Hierophant energy is somebody who's in the Five of Cups. Some regret, somebody who's disappointed. What is this person disappointed about? You have Five of Pentacles, and it came out kind of sideways. So it's some type of loss, a financial loss or loss of stability. Three of Swords, which speaks of heartbreak. So somebody lost maybe like a connection with somebody who they thought was stable, or they thought it was a stable connection or something like that. But this still gives me the feel of somebody repeating a cycle. You know what I mean? Because with that Five of Pentacles is still going to not only touch note on the financial loss and feeling lost spiritually and different things like that. So it's like mental stability and everything too. Being left out in the cold. You know what I mean? But it also gives the feel of remembering, you know, what placed you in this position, you know, and taking note of that so that you don't make the same decisions moving forward. But with this Three of Swords, again, somebody is having some type of grief, sorrow, or whatnot, and it's due to something from the past with the Six of Cups. I feel like this is something that somebody, again, is refusing to let go of. Because that Six of Cups speaks of, you know, memories and different things like that, like flashbacks. Again, once upon a time, another person was cool with somebody, but it's like once upon a time. Because with this Magician and this person manipulating things or whatnot, it gives me the feel with this Eight of Cups, Four of Swords, like somebody is trying to go into hiding or something like that. You know what I mean? Like walk away from a situation and then more so hide yourself, or retreat from, like somebody is walking away from something. Yeah, they're walking away from something. And I feel like this is something that has been weighing heavy on their mind, you know what I mean, when it comes to them needing to make a decision or something like that. But maybe it wasn't until you or somebody else separated themselves from the situation. Because with this Page of Cups, you know, this speaks of intuitive messages and different things like that. It's like you could feel that you didn't know everything that was going on in a certain situation, or that a person was hiding something. It's like they were creating obstacles, you know, when it came to emotions or something like that. And with this Queen of Swords energy, this lets me know that somebody communicated very clearly, you know, their boundaries and everything. Like, coming into a situation, I'm guessing. Or maybe you're just now getting in a position where you're setting these boundaries. Maybe when you came into a situation, you didn't necessarily have any boundaries. You know what I mean? And with this Four of Cups, more so clarifying this Seven of Cups is letting me know that somebody has more so stepped away from a situation emotionally or something like that. It's like they don't even want to receive from a certain person again. Like they're very disconnected emotionally. And somebody is really stuck in their thoughts. High Priestess energy, yeah. With this sacred knowledge, like this intuition. Again, with this Seven of Cups, it's something with these illusions. Like somebody had a lot going on, you know, and it placed the person in a position where they felt like their hands more so was tied, and it just was what it was. You know, they had to release this situation. Like it had to be made fair. It's something about the fairness in a certain situation. And with the Strength card, the way that just came out in the reverse, you know, that speaks of more so somebody happen to have like raw emotions with themselves. Like just be completely honest about whatever it is that they are desiring and what is actually taking place in the situation. With this Ace of Cups, this might have something to do with like a new relationship, or you tapping into new gifts or something like that. May even be a new child for some of y'all. What is this Strength card in the reverse? You got the Hermit. Yeah, so it speaks of soul searching. I guess that's what you come to the conclusion of once you step back from the situation and viewed it for what it was, that you needed to go internally for what was going on. Because with the Hermit shining a light on this Queen of Swords, you definitely communicated something clearly to a person. And it's like you're trying to stay level-headed about it. But again, when it comes to the boundaries, it's still giving a feel of removing emotions so that a person knows that you are serious or something like that. And with this Knight of Pentacles, you know, this Knight of Pentacles not only speaks of hard work, like dedication, but you know, it could be a dirty offer, yeah. Because with the Sun card in the reverse, it speaks of somebody like an inner child. Somebody is very immature with their movements, like, and they try to keep a lot of things hidden about them, about the way they came up. And again, understand that even if this person is sharing with you, like, and it's sharing to the point where you think that they're not hiding things, it's still certain specific things that they're not saying. With the Two of Cups, this Two of Cups energy. Yeah, it's something like with somebody is holding on to something more so negative. They need to heal. It's some healing that has not taken place. Therefore, they only meeting the person where they at. But with the Five of Wands, it's causing conflict, petty competition, and different things like that for you two people to end up being rivalries or something like that, instead of actually being loving to each other. If that's the type of partnership this is, because I just realized that the Lovers card is not out here. So for some of y'all, I get that it could be a sibling, yeah, with this Four of Wands. You know, this speaks of home, community, but it also speaks of marriage and proposals, different things like that, like victories. So this may have been somebody that you thought that you worked good with. Maybe you and this person did some type of trauma bonding or something like that to a certain degree, you know what I mean, where you were able to meet each other on the level that you was at. Okay, so it is a partnership. You got the Lovers that just came out. So it's a partnership that was very burdensome. It was like extra responsibility or something like that. Again, very conflicting energy, harder than what it needed to be. And with this Nine of Pentacles, this Nine of Pentacles speaks of somebody, because you know it speaks of luxury. It speaks of independence and different things like that. I'm really getting that somebody came into this partnership like that, you know, carrying a certain type of energy again with this luxurious lifestyle, you know, and them being able to provide certain things for themselves. And with this Two of Swords, this Two of Swords speaks of another person having to make a decision. What is this decision about? Or not making a decision, like trying to avoid picking a side. What is this decision about? Knight of Cups. So it was some type of offer. You know, somebody sitting and thinking about, maybe it's to give up some type of luxurious lifestyle and come into this union, you know, partnership or something like that. You might have somebody who feels like, you know, they do better when they operate within single life or something like that. But this Knight of Cups signifies like it's a slow moving knight, you know what I mean? But it's like a smooth talker, somebody who knows how to talk their way around things, you know, without really making decisions. Somebody who's very charming, like very passionate, very nurturing. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, like Don Juan type energy. And again, even if this is a feminine energy, you know, she has like a, you know, sex appeal and different things like that. Like somebody knows how to maneuver again, which is why it came out with them using the things around them in order to access what it is. Okay, so we're gonna run it back real fast. You have somebody, right? And this may be somebody that you married to or in some type of commitment to or something like that. Either way it goes, somebody who's very traditional when it comes to their beliefs and whatnot. And I feel like the way that things should go, like the image that they promote. But you have somebody who has some type of spiritual sense or something like that. Somebody who feels as if they hold some type of spiritual authority. And with this Magician coming out right next to it, it lets me know that this person is more so trying to maneuver things so that they operate however it is that they want them to. You know, they're trying to manifest different things, trying to use their willpower in order to bring something together. And with this Seven of Cups, you know, it might be a lot of illusion. Somebody might just be operating within emotion, if it makes sense. You know what I mean? And they need to, you know, they're trying to find purpose within a situation. Like it seems like they're in a position where they got a lot going on and they just trying to find some type of light at the end of the tunnel, because with this Ten of Wands, it's very burdensome, right? Then you have Five of Cups where somebody is in regret. You know, they're very disappointed because they feel like a failure or something like that. And with this Four of Swords energy, like they have chosen to retreat, more so go tuck themselves in a shell or something like that, like go into hiding. Yeah, Eight of Swords, bottom of the deck. I ain't even pay no attention to that, like the self-imposed prison. You know what I mean? Because with this Four of Cups energy, this person has detached, like they have emotionally detached from things. They have emotionally detached from, with this Knight of Pentacles, it's really seeming like putting in any hard work or dedication or anything like that to some type of lover's situation, you know, some type of relationship or whatnot. Where with this Five of Pentacles, they felt left out in the cold, or either they were left out in the cold. Either way it goes, this is something that has been going on repeat. With this Eight of Cups following in after that, this Eight of Cups is signifying a person choosing just to walk away from a situation that was very burdensome to them. You know what I mean? It's a situation where obstacles have been put up when it came to the emotional maneuvering end of it. And somebody or something that they was dealing with was not being completely honest or forthcoming with who or what exactly it was, right? With this High Priestess energy right next to that, it's like this person knew that. They could understand that. You know what I mean? Because they're very wise. Like they hold this sacred knowledge. Like again, somebody with this intuition, like you could feel it. And with this Sun card in the reverse, you know, it's some type of, I know that touches note like on the inner child. You know what I mean? It's some type of deep-seated wounds or something like that that somebody more so needs to address, you know, when it comes to them being in this Nine of Pentacles energy, you know, them being able to present themselves a certain type of way in this luxurious manner. It's almost like somebody is hiding, you know, their self behind a mask or a facade. They feel like they have to show up luxurious so that the highlight or the focus won't be on the shortcomings or something like that, you know, with this person. But with this Three of Swords, like, it's some type of heartbreak or grief or sorrow or whatnot going on. You know, this is also divorce and different things like that. Either way it goes, somebody feels a certain type of way about being put in this situation. It's a painful situation because with this Page of Cups, it's like somebody knows intuitively, you know what I mean, that with the Strength card in the reverse, that this relationship it's not where it's at or something like that. Because with the Strength card in the reverse, you know, again, that speaks of somebody having to deal with raw emotions. Like, just be completely honest with themselves, you know, do the work, move forward, like try to find the courage, because somebody is very insecure within this Two of Cups situation that they have going on with this lovers, this relationship, this dynamic. And with this Two of Swords, they have to make a choice, see? But it's something with them making this choice. It's like they're trying to avoid making a choice. Instead, they're trying to hang on to this person because they share some type of memories or some type of emotional exchange with this person, or they're more so hung up in the past of when this person once was loving to them or something like that. And with this Queen of Swords, somebody is trying to lay boundaries, like trying to set the record straight with another person, you know. And with this Hermit energy, it speaks of the soul searching and different things like that that they have done, you know. It shines light on them needing to be able to set boundaries. Like this person, again, they did some type of seeking within themselves, did some consulting with their inner self, their higher self, spirit guides, whoever it was that they tapped into. Either way it go, it's like they're being divinely led, you know. So somebody set some type of boundaries in order to balance some type of energy out when it came to a home or a community. You know what I mean? I'm really feeling like this is the basis of you actually dealing with this person, or how you're choosing to operate with this person. If you may or may not live together, I'm not exactly sure, you know, but higher and lower self coming into union. And with this King of Cups, you know, this King of Cups speaks of, again, somebody with the gift of gab, you know. But I'm feeling like you're trying to make a gentle offer to this person or something like that. It almost gives the feel of like last chance. Like, instead of running out of the burning house, you still trying to get a cup of water. You know what I mean? That was your read, Capricorn.